Good morning. Welcome to the Bearded Bama Bushcrafter. It is a blustery 40 degrees Fahrenheit here this morning. Beautiful day. Putting some yellow acorns out. Just look how beautiful it is. Look at this beautiful bluebird sky. It's gorgeous. We had a tropical storm system push through over the weekend, and this beautiful system pushed in behind it, and it is some beautiful cold and clear weather. I've been putting some corn out. When I put this out, this will be 100 pounds that I put out. Down here, see if you can see the remnants of the corn that I put out a week or so back. It's cool, that corn will start germinating and sprouting. I love these old trees. That's a big yellow poplar. Look at that thing. It's a good sized tree. Got a few of those on my property here. Check this, how this corn germinated down through here. Look at that. All down through there. Got me a cornfield grow. It's down here at my bottom. I want to get down here and check it out. I have got to say, this is some of the best corn as far as seed corn. I don't recall it ever germinating. Look at all up through there. Even back in there. In that shade. All this is from that seed. That's pretty cool. Now when I broadcast this stuff, I just take it like you see me doing, and I just scatter it. Don't ever really want to pile it up on the ground like this, because that's easier for the game warden to see. I'm kidding. I have my corn tax paid, so I can legally put bait out for the deer, and I guess the wild hogs. Haven't been seeing wild hogs this close to the house. So I just like broadcasting it out in a big circular area. And then I just move on as I'm scattering it. And when I'm throwing it out, I throw it up in areas like that too. The squirrels and the songbirds. Just broadcast it on out. Now we'll move on up the hill here. And that's 50 pounds of triple clean corn. If you're gonna put it out, don't put it in a big old pile. The deer, especially if you're putting out for the deer, they don't like that. They're real suspicious. They're curious, but a big pile of yellow corn or yellow acorns, they don't like that. And it'll just sit there and it'll rot and it'll mold, and you're just wasting your resources. And I walked up on a killer. I can get this caught. Yep, here he comes, here he comes. Ah! Ah! Oh, the dog's so funny. He'll stand off and he'll be looking at you like this going. And then as you start approaching him, he takes off running at you. He gets me. Sometimes he scares me. He didn't that time because I saw him. But sometimes he'll be somewhere I'm not paying attention and he'll get me. Crazy dog, crazy. All right, Finley and I just set out a block by Sportsman's Choice, the Record Rack. This thing has an aroma of berries, and I noticed that it says that right here on the package. When I bought it, I just saw the minerals in the corn. Man, it smells so good. So it has a lot of protein. It's 14% protein. So I've got this setting out. Man, I can smell that stuff. It's got a real pleasing smell. Just set it out and we'll see what happens here.
Here's all the brick.
So, could climb this tree here with my climber. And probably, this is a good crossing from a neighbor's place right here at the corner of his and mine place. He's pretty good about me. He lets me do this. He told me to just kind of treat the place like mine, but I respect it, and he's always good about me putting stuff out. It's good to have neighbors like that. But it's like putting stuff out and having the critters have some snacks. And if I could come down here and hunt for some time, probably would, as they're passing through, that would slow them down, allow me to get a shot on them. All right, finally we made our way down to the shelter. Little project. I want to make a little lantern. Just a tin can. Of course, this will be a candle lantern. So I'm sitting here and see what we can come up with. Kind of have some nice. That's not the back.
Sorry.
The sun's up there, sweeping off the top. I told him to sweep everything to the back, and
I was trying to, it just slipped.
he's sweeping it off the front. Well, that's okay. I mean, it's got to come off either way. I just didn't want it all down on top of me. So let's see what we can do with this can. I'm gonna make a lantern. All right. Crude cross-like design. Yeah, babe.
Can I use the machete to chop?
Okay, so just a real crude, basic cross design. And I put 3 holes down this side. And another cross design on the other, and 3. The Father, Son, the Holy Ghost. The cross, the image of the cross which Christ was crucified upon. Just something that came to mind. You could do all kind of designs. I know during the time of the 18th century, when the men would fashion their horns for their powder, their black powder, they would, a lot of times that was like their identification marking. And it would say something like along the lines of his horn, and his name would be on it, and a date, and possibly a map of an area of where he lived. Did you find it? Awesome. I went on up and punched 2 holes at the top, and I'm going to make a handle or hanger from a coat hanger. Real simple project and fun project. You could do whatever design your heart desires on these things. Simple candle will sit down in there, and then the illumination in a dark night will be fantastic. Ta-da! A tin can candle lantern with hanger. That is cool. This is the first time I've ever made one. I've seen them. You know, I was sitting here thinking about the tin can. I don't know when the tin cans were developed. I guess in the 19th century? That's something I need to look up. If some of you guys already know, y'all comment below when tin cans first started being produced. I know in the 19th century they were used to store food and to carry food. I'm not so sure in the 18th century. I know a lot of that stuff, the cured meats and whatnot, were in oak barrels that were sealed, wax paper, and bottles. And I guess I get to thinking about, because this is definitely something that you would, of olden times, making a tin can. And I kind of started talking about the long hunter, not necessarily the long hunter, but just a man in the 18th century going out and hunting or exploring, and he'd have his accoutrements hanging on him, his haversack, a knapsack, his rifle or his musket, smoothbore, and his powder horn. And a lot of times they would do designs, and the wife would make the shirt. She'd put a little heart down here at the bottom of the collar, and that was usually an indication of a sweetheart. The shirt was made by. So, getting my thoughts back here, you could do all types of designs. I just simply took a nail punch. It would be better to have gloves. I don't have my gloves down here with me. I guess you could use a drill, a nail, some type of an awl. The can did bend up a little bit, but you can work that out. I'm going to see about getting this thing lit and see if we can see it in the sunlight here. Alright, well, you can see with the candle, I know it's kind of daylight. That is pretty cool. A little luminary there. A little cheap tin can lantern. That's pretty neat. Some thoughts on something. Alright, let me set this camera down. I'm going to work on making some more of these and not have them so crude looking. Do some stencils and do the patterns nice. But I like that. I mean, it's, you know, my own artistic flair to it. The bottom, I was thinking about making a little pin or type of a nail, poking it up through, sharp point. Don't have to be real long, but just enough to take a candle, stick it, and it'll hold fast in there. I was trying to melt wax down into it, but for some reason it didn't want to hold, because I was thinking that would work. But I believe driving a little pin of some sort, like a small nail, don't have to be too long, just something to bite up into the bottom of your candle and secure it. Or maybe even like a little small screw, and that way you could just kind of secure it down. And that'll keep you, because then when you light it, you can hold it upside down. What I had to do to light this, I had to lay the candle here, light it, and then just kind of take some things and maneuver it around to stand in the middle. Just make a nice little stove. I was just thinking about that. And I was thinking also to put the handles, the hooks on the inside, and that way I can take the handle and fold it down instead of it catching the can. No, not a floating lantern. All right, so I took the handle and put it on the outside, and it folds neatly down out of the way for storage. I was sitting here thinking you could definitely, which I'm going to try. I'm not going to do it now, but I'm going to try to boil some water on this thing. Could be a small stove. Set your cup up, get your candle going. That'll put off quite a bit of heat. Little hobo stove. Alright guys, hope y'all enjoyed this video. Wanted to share putting the corn out for the deer in that deer block with the corn and minerals and protein. We got us a little fire going. Finley's over here showing us what not to do. Son, please don't be that dangerous. Try to teach him. Anyway, it's warming up a bit. Old Glory's flying. Beautiful flag. Beautiful sunshine. Woo! I don't think that thermometer. My thermometer may not be working anymore down here. It's not 65 degrees. Or maybe the sun's just heating it up, hitting it there. Anyway. I'll stand by. While Finley's there chopping us some firewood, I'm going to go ahead and end this little video. And like I was saying, I hope everyone enjoyed the little adventure down putting the corn out for the deer, the other critters. That is my second bag that I've put out here in the past couple of weeks. They're starting to get into it. That first bag is usually slow and they have to get accustomed to it being out. And then we put it out and it's like you can't keep it on the ground enough for them. I think one year here alone I put right at, I think it was 400 pounds. It was 300 or 400 pounds of corn, and it was just gobbled up. Got to where I couldn't keep it on the ground at all. It'd be gone in a few days. Hope y'all like the little lantern. I'm gonna make some more of these. Make them nicer. What you think, Finn? Turn out good?
Yeah.
It did? Finley gave his approval. Alright, appreciate everyone. Y'all go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. Leave me a comment if anyone knows when tin cans were started being produced. I'm going to have to look that up myself. Everybody take care. We'll see you later.